Transport Fever review. This is my review of the video game Transport Fever. I've been playing for a while. These are all of my cities. I've got train lines running, and boats and airplanes, and trucks and buses. I like this game very much. So it's similar to a game called Train Fever, and Transport Fever adds airplanes and boats. It's much easier to build with Transport Fever. For example, building a train, very easy to do. When I tried doing it with Train Fever, it was very difficult. Also, I really didn't enjoy playing Train Fever. I never spent a lot of time playing it. This game, however, once I started playing it, I actually took a week off from work just to play Transport Fever, so I could figure out how the game works and do some reviews on it, etc. So I really enjoy the game a lot. It is doing the autosave right now, and it takes a bit of time to do it. So we're going to have to wait till it's done before I show more of the game. So basically, what you're seeing here is a city. It looks like Lincoln, Nebraska. Got an airport, got rail lines and other types of lines going into the city. The traffic does get to be a little bit heavy, and I actually built a highway, which is, where is the highway? Might be right over here. I think this is the highway. And they're using the highway, which, as opposed to the roads that are included in the game. I've been adding bridges to go over a lot of the roads, make the traffic flow better. One of the things about the game is that you can actually view the game from one of the vehicles. You can go like this, and you can see the vehicle as it drives on the road. Do the same with the trains. And I really, really, really enjoy playing with the trains. That's where all the fun is. Laying the train tracks down was a lot of fun. Watching the trains as they drive through is a lot of fun. I'm starting to get to the point where it's moving a lot of cargo. Instead of 5 or 6 items, we've got hundreds of items waiting to be shipped. So I really do enjoy playing the game. I probably paid $10 or $15. I got it on discount on Steam. It was probably like 40% off. You can build bridges, you can build tunnels. There's traffic lights for the rail system. And there is cargo. The cities have demand. If you deliver the cargo to the cities grow bigger. There's population. There are passengers that have to go between cities, etc. The aircraft, not that great. And the cargo ships, I don't think it's that great either, because it's very difficult to terraform the water. The planes are easy to build, but you can't do any cargo as far as I know. And there's not enough passengers. It's going to be a while before I grow all the cities. It has all the features you would expect out of a railroad game. For example, you can build large train depots. Here's an example of one of my train depots. The train depots for passengers and cargo are separate. This is actually a cargo depot with a passenger depot next to each other. There's obviously a lot of train games that are similar. One of them is Sid Meier's Railroads. This is like a more advanced version of Sid Meier's Railroads. And I loved Sid Meier's Railroads, and I love this game too. It takes a long time to build your rail network in this game. It has a decent selection of menu items. The statistics are not perfect, but I'll show you what it does have. You can pick a vehicle. Pick this boat here. and you can click finances and it will show you if it's making money. And if there's multiple vehicles on the line, you can check the finances for the line also, which I thought was really easy. It was very helpful. So another game is Cities in Motion. I love the game Cities in Motion, but Cities in Motion does not have cargo, and it does grow the city through population. So I really enjoyed Cities in Motion. The difference with Cities in Motion is that I think Cities in Motion had more options for trains and trucks and things like that. This does have a lot of options, but sometimes, I'm always using the same locomotive. There's only one type of coal car. There's only one type of car for oil or for liquids, etc. There's only like 2 trucks to choose from and maybe 3 buses to choose from. So some of the choices with the vehicles is a little bit limited. With Cities in Motion, I was building underground a lot. I was coming up with really cool bridges and things like that. This is more about intra-city, between cities, while Cities in Motion was more about one major city. This game performs well on my computer. Cities in Motion would slow down after a while, and I would have to stop playing the game once the city got to be pretty big. This shows you all the cargo that's waiting. This is the actual farm. So as far as I know, if you destroy the farmland, production will probably go down. One of the things that I don't like about the game is some of the places don't do any production, and I'm not sure why. There's no input, and there's no production. So my trains are going there looking to pick stuff up, and they're not finding anything. Here's an example. This produces oil, but very small amount. And you need a lot more. I really do enjoy the game. It is a 3-dimensional game. That's the majority of my town right there. And you know what? I'm going to pick up one more train so we can see what it looks like. Got a train coming in. Well, I guess gotta forward. There it is. So that's the game. I really like it. We're going to talk about some other games that are similar. There's a lot of train games out there, and I don't remember the names of all the train games. But I would say this is at my top of the list in terms of train railroad games and transportation games. Another one is called Rise of Industry. This is similar to Rise of Industry with the exception that Rise of Industry is orthogonal. It's less about designing rail tracks. You don't get the cool rail tracks. And it's more about transporting cargo and focusing on the factories. This is more about laying track and optimizing traffic a little bit and delivering cargo. If you like to lay rail track and maybe watch the trains once in a while, you're going to like this game. It's called Transport Fever. I'm going to do another one with Train Fever at some point in the future. I haven't played it in a long time. So I really like the game. Okay, so there's other games like A-Train is another game that's similar to this. I haven't played A-Train in a long time, but I seem to remember I like this game a lot better, and I'd like to spend a lot more time playing this game. I don't think you should spend 40 or 50 bucks on this game. Obviously, the dollar value, you want to try and get it for $15 or less. This is the first version. It's not the second version. There is a second version out, which is called Transport Fever 2. I think that Transport Fever 2, it looks like a better game. I haven't played it yet. If you want to read more tips, guides, tutorials, go to my forum at cheapbooks.cc and look at the video game section under Transport Management Games. And I do own cheapbooks.com, which is a website for books and textbooks. If you have any questions or comments, please post below.